Is it not working? Well, it should be working. Oh, wait, I know why. It's gotta do its whole piece of shit thing. Come on, motherfucker. It's going out. Here. And it should be going in. There we go. Okay. We're on air. But where's here? Where's air? Sorry, gamers. Live now. New game. No ratchet clank save data. Sure. How do I see live chat? Where's live chat? Fucking stupid apps. Twitch app is much better for chat. Alright. Gibbon. Gaming. Live. Live. Hello. Somebody says hello. Therefore, no memory card inserted. Oh, let me fuck with that. Alright. Budding. We have a whole viewer. I need to notify the populace. Damn it, how do I do this? Oh yeah, share button. Hell yeah button. Only be a couple minutes. Oh, I'm so fucking stupid. Right, I put it on the Twitter. That'll do. Oh my god, it's Ben Saint? What the fuck? I didn't expect that. Ben Saint's never on stream. I'm just gonna play Ratchet and Clank for a really long time, or maybe not very long at all, depending on whether I feel. Oh, gross. I touched the analog stick on this controller and it's like greasy. It's like grease. What is it with like PlayStation 2 controllers and like melting into fucking puddles? Right, I wiped it off. That's the one thing the PS2 sucks at, is being old. Right, turn this up a little bit. Gibbo gib gib gib. God evening. Good, rather. It is a god evening, though. Bless us, he does, with video games. How's the audio? Looks pretty good. Looks alright. Looks adequate. My voice is dampening the thing as it goes. Classic games. All my PS2 controls are falling apart in some way. Yeah, it sucks. Even the ones that I, like, bought, like, kind of recently, they all have the same, like, melty rubber controller stick problem. I guess it's just how they were made.
You can interrupt help desk messages by pressing the triangle button. To disable help desk messages, please select options from...
This is such a fun game. I just love it. It's like Mario to me. It's all Mario to me. You know, it's funny, I always consider, like, Mario the prototypical video game that people are fans of. But there are people who've never played it. I mean, specifically people who played other games aside from Mario at the time when Mario was big. And, you know, it's just like the prototypical popular video game character, I suppose. So I always think of things in terms of how much is it like the Mario of this. I always thought like Ratchet was like more of a Mario than Jack in terms of PS2. Audio is sufficient, I suppose. Can you be more specific? Sounds like it could be improved. I have all the controls here, I could do anything. Just vibing. Actually, this is not really just vibing. It's chill, but it's not vibing. Vibing is a very specific feeling. Playing Okami and looking at all the pretty colors, that's vibing. Or is it? That's quite a frenetic game.
Hello.
Hello.
The people on those planets are hosed. Well, good luck getting Captain Quark to help you.
Actually, you could help me. If you could use your ship to take...
I can use my ship. Chill vibes. Maybe. Like, I'm generally like a low energy, not low energy, low franticness streamer, except when I'm with my boys. And then it's all like shouting and screaming.
So you see.
So chill is just sort of like me on my own, talking the way I do. But vibing is like a specific feeling as like secondary to that. That's my thoughts on the matter anyway. You know, if you're like... It's like if you're just appreciating the aesthetic of a location or a music. If you're standing still in a spiral level and you're looking at the sky and you're like, hell yeah, that's a vibe. But if you're just, you know, blowing through something, you're not really paying attention to what's on screen, you're just chilling out. That's chill. And then when you're bopping and kicking to some tunes, supposed to be making me money, even though it could be if I tried. But I kind of prefer it just being like, hey, you know what? I'm doing it now. I'm just fucking here. Not everything has to be a business venture. Not everything has to be high art or high entertainment. I'm just a person. Fuck! That really got me. How's everyone? Hello, how's Hippo? I miss him. Hippo's good. She's sitting. She's sitting with giant punk right now. Regular sized punk. I have a very large collection of stuffed animal things. I feel like I'm supposed to feel bad about it. I don't know.
What did you just say?
It's...
Look, the
Oh, I can't skip this one.
Wise guy. Shouldn't you be on one of them escape transports?
escape transports.
Newsflash, giant robots attacking. The escape transports are taking all the rich
How's everyone handling the isolation?
So why aren't you on one?
socioeconomic disparity. What?
I'm handling it.
Working people have to wait for Captain Quark to save us.
Well,
It hasn't been really long enough for it to feel,
Thing shows two
you know, unusual.
It's got coordinates to a desert planet, too.
An infobot. Ratchet, we could use that.
Like, if once it becomes, like, past an entire month,
slide down a sewer pipe?
then it's like, I feel it's gonna start to wear on me a little bit. I can't really speak when there's cutscenes happening. I can't skip these.
Relax, kid. It looks like some sort of fireworks display. Probably in your honor.
Whoa! That was close. Ah!
Pipe down, I can't concentrate.
Oh, we've been hit!
An unexpected detour. When we land, I'll see if I can scare up an exhibition for
We're
you.
not gonna live that long.
Kid,
You're actually less isolated than before now because your roommates are now home with you all day. Yeah, same. Like, usually if I'm at home working, if I'm not going to work out,
About how cool you
then I'm doing my internet stuff. I'm always at home. I got the dog and the cat, but, you know, everyone else, they're always out.
Now that you have the
But now everyone's gonna be in. My dad came home, and he's like,
to enter, look
can't go to work anymore, so it's gonna be everyone in the same house together. Which will be weird after a while, because that just usually doesn't happen. Like, I can't think of a time, an extended period of time where I was with my whole family ever. Outside of a holiday, and even then holidays are usually 2 weeks max. You know? Dad always goes to work, Mum always has work as well. I always went to school, then I went to college, and they've still been going to work, so it's like, when have I ever spent an entire month with my parents? Like, straight. I don't think I ever have. It's very weird. Gonna be in the future. Or maybe it'll be totally normal. Maybe it'll just be fucking whatever. We're in lockdown, but like, doesn't mean you can't go and get a food. You're allowed to exercise outside once per day. It's more exercise than I usually get, is once. Everyone was going crazy, but you're fine. Yeah. The annoying thing is that the news is all the same. It's like, look at how, like, the news proper is talking about, like, new updates. This number of people are infected, this number of people have died, this is where it is spreading. Here's some like, record-breaking numbers, you know, really scary. And it's like, oh shit. And that's it. There's no other news that's happening because everybody's indoors. There's no events happening, so there's no news to report on anywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if they put all the wars on hold, you know? But then you got the regular news talking about all that, and then you got bullshit news talking about how celebrities are dealing with being isolated. It's like, okay. I mean, I guess they gotta make money? Or something? It's just like, it's very samey. That's why I don't want to talk about it, like, on my Twitter too much. Except for the time when I think I had it. I maybe had it. Maybe I still have it. Really don't know what the recovery period is for that. Whoops, I talked about it. I'm part of the problem. Rayman! That's not Rayman. It's Ratchet. I should really get back to drawing Lord of Ghosts comic. I was feeling pretty shit last few days. Hadn't been doing anything. Mostly trying to recover. And, you know. I think I'm recovered enough to draw. So I'm gonna try. Tomorrow, that'll be one of those days where I do that.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh, what are you? Mercenaries? Torturers? Assassins? I'll tell you anything. Here, take my info bot.
Take my info bot.
Not assassin.
Hold on. Let's see what he's got.
Asterix and Glowbox. Dude, did you hear? Asterix and Obelix man died. He was like 92. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good high score. Asterix and Obelix is so fucking good.
Your equipment isn't functioning properly. That's why I come to Al's
I gotta
for all my electronic needs.
I gotta add that to like my comic shelf. Like on my comic shelf, which I hope to be like, this is my one collection of stuff. I don't really collect video games, I have a few that I like, but one thing I do like collecting is comics, but specifically just the comics I like. I mean, why would I collect anything else? So I've got like a few Peanuts, I want to get all the Peanuts books, I want to get Calvin and Hobbes, I've got some of the Far Side, I've got Homestuck, Problem Sleuth, The Vapors, Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, Scott Pilgrim, and then I want all of Asterix and Obelix on there as well. And fucking Tintin, and Bone, I want to have all the good shit. And I can read it, oh, and manga as well. I got Dragon Ball. One Piece is too much. I don't think I will ever have enough money or space to have all of One Piece. But, you know, in the future, when I have like a, you know, an Edwardian mansion, and I have a library, I want it to be filled with just comic books, because there's plenty of them. Oh, and then I want to make Bale Jape. Like, I want to see if I can figure out how to print Bale Jape. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to do a Kickstarter for the Lord of Ghosts comic once that's done, see if I can get that made. You know, I just want to put comics on shelves and say, hell yeah, look at that. I forget what's down this path. I think I can go there. With what I have. Yeah, I can.
Press the square button to dive, and the X button to
Press the square button to die. I hear you there. Grew up on Asterix and Obelix. Just me and my siblings. Me and my siblings love him. May Albert Uderzo rest in peace. Yeah. Never knew what his name was before that, but I always loved that shit. There was like the Asterix and Obelix movie, animated movie, which had very strange lip syncing, but I watched it as a young child, and it was like there was like a Egypt. They go to Egypt, and there's like the guy who makes the deadly soup, and the thief who can he's just really good at being sneaky. I love Asterix and Obelix. It's like my favorite. That ain't Rayman, it's Banjo-Kazooie. Yes. I'm gonna lean back a bit. Thank God for microphone arms, so that I can lean back and still be audible. Get your audible. Fucking, it's not even funny. It's not even funny to pretend to have an advertisement. Why do people keep doing it? Oh, sponsorship is a thing that occurs sometimes. I'm gonna pretend I have one. Because I can't actually get one. Wouldn't it be funny, huh? No. You wouldn't.
Welcome to the Captain Quark fitness course. If you're strong enough, fast enough...
I thought that was you leaning back in your mechanical electric chair. No, it's just the rusty microphone arm. Mic arm.
Good luck. Quark Enterprises is not responsible for sprains, broken bones, snapped tendons, bruised egos, or accidental death incurred while taking the challenge.
Excuse me, Captain, but we have more pressing issues. We urgently need your assistance.
Yeah, you know?
Yes?
It was French. I think Lucky Luke was French as well. I loved Lucky Luke. I want Lucky Luke.
That should be, to be quite puzzling.
There's Lucky Luke, Asterix and Obelix, and
This isn't the real Captain Quark.
Tintin was French as well, wasn't he?
Oh.
Or yeah, maybe he was. I don't actually know. There's a lot of good French cartoonists. And then, of course, France made Rayman. Also one of my favorite things. They also made Shadok. So, you know, props to them for that. Shadok's a pretty good cartoon. The person, I mean. Lamau. I do know that Shadok is a thing as well. Ooh, Belgium.
Listen up, you loud balls. That's
I don't know much about Belgium.
display I have ever seen on that obstacle course.
Oh, Helga, you're so mean. Fuck you.
Weak. When I was competing, I would devour courses like that for breakfast.
I wonder why, when designing robots, they, you know, they make them sometimes look like this.
Somehow you managed to impress that fool Captain Quark.
Captain Quark.
Maybe it's an aesthetic thing. She decided it herself, perhaps.
Give you a prize for that ridiculous performance.
Cool, what is it?
I'm supposed to give you a swing.
A slingshot.
Stay to and fro like little insects.
Alright, let's see it.
Not so fast. Today the two of you disgraced my obstacle course, so I am going to make you pay.
But that prize is ours from the captain. That's not fair.
Too bad. Life's not fair.
I'll buy your swing shot, lady.
Sweet. I bet Captain Quark uses stuff like this all the time.
Ha! Real men can swing without silly toys like that. The two of you make me sick.
Congratulations on your new Gadgetron swing shot. Use it on standard Versa targets like the ones nearby. If the target is out of view, use the L1 button to aim.
Having difficulty reading the chat and running at the same time. Another comic series from Belgium I really liked was about a boy who loved video games, monsters, gore, and horror movies, and his two friends were a kid genius called Big Bang, and a younger kid. Never heard of that one. I assume you can't remember the name of it, which is why you described it so much just then.
To quickly center the camera, just tap the L1 button.
Oh shit. Well, finally a good game. Yeah, bro. I wonder how far I can get. Usually I stop to smash all of the fucking shit. I don't really need to do that though. I just run by. Oh. Of course if I die, then I die. Oh shit, I didn't buy a gun. Lamau, idiot. It's funny, you don't really need to kill anything. It's just like Dark Souls.
Ratchet, that's the man we saw on the infobot. Remember? He knows.
I can remember it, but the main character's last name was a bit awkward. The series called Kid Paddle.
Usually I build robots. I myself am not a robot guy, per se.
Nerd.
I like him.
So now that
That's a paddling.
what can I do for you?
Well, we saw your infobot announcement. You were with Captain Quark. We're trying to find Captain Quark. We thought you could help us.
Your logic is commendable. However, I haven't seen Captain Quark since we shot that commercial. Say, do you run on standard XP18 sister boards?
Version 7.66.
Back at ya. I may be able to help you out after all. How does a helipack upgrade sound?
Upgrade?
Natch, since he's a
This guy, in Ratchet and Clank, they always had 3 fingers, and they were always really thick.
I'll just need my fee for service.
Obviously, you know,
Okay, this won't hurt a bit.
Hey, wait.
mostly like a graphical thing. Like, no limitation so much as it's easy to animate someone with just 3 fingers if you can get away with it. There's something about them. I was never really sure. Like, I wasn't grossed out by them exactly. I don't know. Ratchet had 5 fingers, bro. They really cared about him. And everyone else has 3. Are they the same race? Is it just more common to have 3 fingers? Why does everyone have 3 fat fingers? Three-finger aliens are just cool. I suppose so. It means they can still give you the middle finger, because they have those, and you have enough opposable thumbs they can grip things. But still, in like cartoons and stuff, the general thing you do, this is not like a rule at all, but what people tend to do is they draw 4 fingers. That gives you enough posability to, you know, do basically every hand gesture that you would ever need, and also is easier to draw. You just get rid of that pinky. or the ring finger, or whatever it is. You can still, like, have a facsimile of the ring finger and the pinky. It'll just switch whichever one it needs to be for that purpose. I don't know why I'm getting this. What? You can't slouch in this game. In Ratchet and Clank 2 and 3, your mobility is so much more advanced that it's like... it's difficult to get hit. Well, actually, it's not. That's not true. It's perfectly fine to get hit. It's just sort of... if you see something coming, you can easily get out of the way of it. But in this game, if your momentum is off, and you jumped at the wrong moment, you get hit. You're locked into more animations. Makes it more challenging to go back to. But if you don't compare it to the following games, it's still really solid, because it, you know, in the context of it just existing on its own, it's really well balanced. Oh yeah, the cutscenes are real time. It's funny, Ratchet and Clank is like one of the first games I ever played, like as like a person who, you know, sits down to play a game. So like, this was a big budget blockbuster sort of game of its time, but I didn't know that. I didn't know all of the revolutionary things it was doing. So like, I judge other games based on my first experiences. And so if a game isn't as like epic as Ratchet and Clank, then why would I play it? If it doesn't have an overarching story and multiple worlds and many game mechanics and all these different things, then it's probably not like lame or an arcade thing, something that's not for me. That's the thing I have never really gotten over, that general idea that a game needs to be a big overarching story experience. When a game is short, it's like, oh,
Tell me you're behind schedule.
it's just a game.
This planet to be harvested for our new world.
Yes, sir. As you can see, everything is moving along as planned.
I'm counting on you, Lieutenant. And as your former commander can tell you, I don't take disappointment well.
Yes, sir. I won't fail.
Drek is destroying yet another planet.
Yeah, that's the kind of help he's getting. I don't think we have anything to worry about.
You know what, Clank? Let's go surfing. That'll fuck him up.
Captain Quark.
Look, that lieutenant doesn't seem so tough. Let's take him out ourselves.
Yeah, let's take him on ourselves. Pop a cap in his ass. Shoot him to death. Just fucking murder him. I do not understand why you want to murder people, Ratchet. You're scaring me, Ratchet. Help me. Fuck you, Clank. You're just some nerd. I'm gonna beat the shit out of all the enemies. Right, I definitely want that. Because I am going to the place with the sand fuckers. And by that I mean the sand sharks. Literal sand fuckers. They live under the sand. And this is a good weapon. For that. I don't know if that's the right order to do things. You get the suck cannon there, but I need to go here first. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna get the fuck out of these aliens, man. Man, I don't know, bruh. I'm just like chilling. I'm maxing out, vibing through the world. I just like Captain Quark and repairing mechanical things. Clank, you're just trying to save the world. Shut up. But it's very important to save the... it's more than just the world, Ratchet. It's the whole galaxy. Fuck you, Clank. You're just a bitch. You're just a pansy-ass little robot bitch. I'm cool.
It's him, Skid McMarks.
That man from the infobot.
In the flesh, little dude. You guys get a load of that epic space battle I was in?
Dude, I saw you on the thing. Dude, whoa.
And I got ambushed on the way to hoverboard.
Good old the past.
He's okay, but I've had a little trouble getting back to my ship due to my sprained ankle. Oh,
Dude, weed.
if you can take out all the sand sharks, I just might have a spare hoverboard for you.
We'd love to help you, Mr. McMarks, but Ratchet and I need to find Captain...
Whoa, did you say hoverboard? You mean like an epic vehicle? Nah, you know, I think I'll do what you want. The joys of stupid shit.
To use the capacitor, hold down the secret.
You can never get enough of stupid shit. Oh, shit. I think... yeah, I never figured that out, because it's like, why would you use a weapon? Why would you use ammunition on a wall? No other wall in the game is broken explicitly by a bomb, or whatever. Everything is just like neutral damage. If you can damage it, then it's damageable. But that one bit, you have to blow it up. It's one of those context clues things I just didn't understand. Oh, you're gonna get me, are you? So many gold bolts, I mean normal bolts. Two. Oh, jeez. Oh, wait, they're here. I did it.
Here, man, catch.
Why is it that some HD remastered remove some graphic effects from the original, like Jack and Daxter Collection? There is no sunray.
Dudes at the hoverboard races.
You've just acquired Z3000.
I don't know.
Use your new hoverboard at the race.
I feel like probably it's something to do with the different technology on the console, but I feel like the PS3 could handle a sunray. So I don't know why they would do that. I looked up a little like video like showing the differences between the Jack and Daxter versions. And like the PS3 one was like a remaster, but the PS3 one was a remaster. The PS4 one was just a port of the PS2 one. And compared to like PS4 and PS2, I think I like the PS4 one the most. Probably the PS2 one is like nostalgia, like certain things are always going to be correcter on the original hardware. But like the PS3 version just looked washed out. And you wouldn't realize it if you weren't looking for it. But it's noticeable, and it impacts the experience. It sucks. Actually, there is another wall like that on Novalis. Which one's Novalis? Duh. I usually remember the planet names. Well, I'll see it when I go to the map screen. I still hope for that day Dark Lineage... The day Kya Dark Lineage gets remastered on something in the future. What's that? That sounds like a mascot platformer that didn't go anywhere. Like K, The Legend of K. I played that for like 10 minutes. It's probably good, but I didn't get into it. It was on the Wii U. I played a remaster of whatever that was on the Wii U. And you're like a tiger. You're like a tiger and you jump around and it's like Asian themed. Jak 2, 3, and X all run terribly on PS4. That's a shame. Good thing I don't have 2 and 3, or do I? No, you know, I probably do have 2 and 3. Or... no, I can't remember. I bought PS1, the PS4 version of Jak and Daxter 1. And as far as I know, that was all. And that was fine. But I did buy Jak X. Oh, yeah, I probably got the collection if I had Jak X. I haven't tried 2 and 3. But yeah, Jak X was completely fucked. Like, completely unplayable. Like, it was unplayable on the PS2 version because of something that was apparently very common. Which is a shame, because I was like, oh, I thought I was missing out. It turns out everyone was missing out. Nobody got to play that game, because it just doesn't work. I kind of wanted to know if there was, like, story stuff in there. Maybe there was. Oh, shit. I wonder if I can get the skill point if I just start again. Start from here. Yeah. Pronounced Kaya, it is a PS2 3D platformer with an art direction kind of reminiscent of the 3D Rayman games, and a focus on traversing using wind. There's also a kind of brawler-esque combat system that can be expanded upon in moves, the further you progress in the game. It's kind of Ape Escape-like in that the enemies are collectibles. That sounds great. What was it called? Kaya Dark Lineage. Let me just Google that in a tab. I might see if I can just buy that. Oh yeah, this looks epic. 95% of users like this game. Hell yeah. Alright, I'll look into that. Jak X corrupted my memory card. Oh, fuck, dude. If it corrupted mine, I think it might have, actually. But I still managed to use it for other things, so I guess it's fine. It just sort of corrupted its own save data. I couldn't use the Jak X save data, so I had to delete Jak X. But I could still play all the other games, so not a total disaster. But yeah, Jak X apparently You just drive, you get points, you could drive more. You know, I managed to play it on PS4, but it was very laggy and just wasn't very fun. I found myself remembering certain points in Jak 2 and 3 where I'm like, yeah, you know, this mission's a little too hard, I really don't like it. I really don't like what I'm doing right now. But you gotta do the mission to compress the story. Well, maybe I don't want to do that. I'm kind of trembling in happiness here because you're interested in it. It's one of my favorite games ever, and want to wish you a lot of fun if you get to it. Yeah, man. I like the idea of finding new games, especially like things that don't have a Steam release, but are still regarded highly. Like, that's interesting, just on a base level, because things that get released on Steam, very rarely are they platformers, because people, quote-unquote, don't like platforming games. But that's all I want. That's all I want in life. Nobody makes them. Nobody makes any good ones. I have to just go back. All I can do is go back if I want to enjoy myself. My brother bought Assassin's Creed something or other, Syndicate. The one that's set in London. And you know, it's Assassin's Creed. It's exactly the same as I remember it being on this Creed 2 with Ezio. It's exactly the same. It's got like janky movement that's pretty smooth sometimes, but very silly a lot of the other times. NPCs that can, you know, at a distance they look cool and epic and like, wow, that's real. As soon as you look at them for like 2 seconds, you realize that they're a computer and it breaks the illusion. I can't believe it still is as bad as it is. But like that it just sort of struck me at some point that is what we have in terms of platforming nowadays. I was like, ah, God. Ah, shit. Oh, damn it. Actually, that's not true. We have Mario. Mario still comes out. But Mario feels different. Don't know why. Maybe I just don't like Italians. Japanese Italians. Okay, so that way is the shortcut, and a cutscene. Maybe I can. No, I can't.
No signal whatsoever. This downtime is killing me.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Don't be so literal, son. The problem is I'm stranded on this backwater planet, and my star client is nowhere to be found.
Hey, we saw you on that info bot. You're Skid's agent.
Was
Mario ain't got any edge. I suppose not.
without a client is like a flea without a dog. Say, you look like an athletic kid. If you can bring back the
You know, I think that's probably the difference,
city, I'll make you my next star.
is that, you know, not that Mario isn't edgy enough,
Next Skid
but that he's too squeaky clean. Like Banjo-Kazooie had like sort of blood and guts in that one shark in Clanker's Cavern. It had some sort of poopy, spooky, scary, like gross things. Even though it was a happy bear and bird, like Kazooie is kind of a bitch. She's like, yeah, fuck you, Mole. You're stupid. And Monty Mole's like, ugh. Well, I never. Or maybe, no, he doesn't say that. He's just sort of like, oh, whatever. Like, there's sort of a sarcasm there. Mario just goes, woohoo! And that is funny. But I kind of like Mario more from, you know, secondary content. From Watch for Rolling Rocks and Pan and Coic's whole expedition to not press the A button. From, you know, well, that's it. That's the only reason I like Mario. Speedruns, where they do wahoo! Backwards long jump, wahoo! Wahoo! Pew, pew. It's silly. Terminal Montage,
Yes, quite.
who like adapted that the speed running thing into an animation a bunch of times. It's just really funny. But like Mario himself, not really. I don't laugh at Mario. I laugh at things people make with Mario.
We are ready to return to base. Not so fast, Lieutenant. Just because we don't need any more trees.
Ah, so that's why you're trying to steal viewers from Pantsu. Oh, she's streaming? Lamau. I had no idea. Just have both streams happening at the same time. Just put both of them on. May's cool. I haven't been watching her streams though. I have no idea what they're about. They seem like just chat streams with topics, maybe. I don't know how serious she's taking it. But this is definitely not serious. This is just games. Dude, Trespasser, like Spy shit. Remember Spy Kids? Remember when that was like, that came out? And then you watched it, and you were like, what? And you were like, yeah! And then I was thinking, that'd be pretty cool if I was a Spy Kid. Beating the shit out of robotic thumb people. That's good. I put my own thumb up. I thumbed that up on Facebook. Oh, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Were you trying to make a joke? You ended it with a fucking Facebook reference. That's not funny. You fucking failure. You suck. You piece of shit. You. Oh shit, you remember Baltoy. What a boy! The funny thing is, I never really liked Baltoy. He was kind of a fucking weirdo freak. He's just sort of like... Yep. And I was like, what are you? And he didn't answer. He didn't say a fucking damn thing. So I never found out. And then he turned into Clay Doll, which is like modeled after those sort of like fertility statues almost. You know, those like the buxom, like really like thicker than a bowl of oatmeal fucking fertility statues with a giant belly and the tits and the butt, and it's like from like Mesoamerican, like ancient tribal cultures that like, ah yes, we like a woman who's like this. I was like, hey, yeah, same, bro.
You sure showed him.
Yeah, sure showed him. That was such a cute little interaction. Ratchet's a fucking badass. He scares people so much with his wrench. But then he lets Clank have the glory, because he's, you know, he's not an arrogant prick. He's just he's a little bit arrogant. He's an arrogant prick with a heart of gold.
Grind boot tester, warhead assembly technician, mutant animal husbandry, robot repairman, suck cannon test dummy, and administrative assistant. So call BTS. Build our weapons while you build your...
I would, but yours is chill, hers is intense as fuck right now. Wasn't she, like, interviewing an anime person? Is that what's happening right now?
No, we must continue our search for Captain Quark.
What are they saying? Like, what do you think of the new... Why didn't they stop at one frame? It was perfect, and then you just changed it. Well, they just can't make a decision? What a stupid media. Hey, you guys watch Aizoken? Keep your fucking hands off me, the anime? God, that's a good one. That's the one that made me go, oh yeah, I'd like to live there. I'd like to live in that moment. That's all. I just like it. It's finished. Yeah, it's like 12 episodes. You can watch it. I googled it. GoGo Anime has all the episodes in HD, so don't bother doing any stupid piracy. Just watch it. Stream it. Piracy is a stupid thing to do for idiots. Just watch it illegally. You don't need to have it. Why would you need to have it? I have it in my eyeballs, in my brain balls. Hey guys, real topic, serious topic right now. When you go to, like, the pirate website, the ones that give you the free shit, when you're looking for that free shit, and they give it to you, does anyone else have that situation where because you don't have a VPN, they won't let you do it illegally? Even if you can hide your IP by other means, they just assume that your IP is unprotected, and they just won't let you do it. I can't get torrents anymore. I don't know how to get torrents, because the torrent sites keep saying, get a VPN, otherwise we won't let you use our site. And I'm like, my IP is hidden already. I know how to do this. I've been doing it already. I can do it for free. It's just a proxy. It works. It goes. You go up to your thing, and it says your IP is this. Your location is South America. We know we can figure you out. You're unprotected. And I'm like, I'm not in South America. I am protected. Give me the free shit. And they just won't let me. Torrent sites are fucking scams now. They're fucking sold out to the big VPN pieces of shit. I don't trust them. Anyone who wants my money is evil. That's why I go to pirate sites in the first place. That's my big anger. Why would I pay money to pirate something when I could just pay money to get the thing in the first place? It literally would be less of a hassle to purchase the thing than it would be to get a VPN. Whatever. I'm gonna look at the comments in a little bit, and then they're gonna be like, Gib, you know that, like, your problem is very easily solved. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I just felt the need to rant about it, because it's been annoying me. Oh no, I got hit. This is so fun, just collecting bolts. They really had to make sure that that bolt sound pickup effect was not annoying. And it rides the line. It's almost a little bit annoying, but just not annoying enough, so that even if you get a big chunk of them, it's still like, that's good, that's what I like. Little tinkly tankle. I remember when those guys used to give me trouble. Like I would die and have to try and fight them again. And I had to, like, snipe them with the blaster rifle from afar. I was a baby. Now I realize that if you double jump, you can't throw while doing things. That's important to do. Here, let me see what people said. Oh shit, there's lots of stuff. They're talking about coronavirus and he's sharing his conspiracy theories. That's pretty epic. Remember the Ratchet and Clank future games, Tools of Destruction, Crack in Time? People don't seem to like them much because of the story, but I felt the gameplay was still really strong. I suppose I could agree with you, but I don't remember particularly enjoying the gameplay from the one I played, which was the first one, Tools of Destruction. And I didn't play the other ones because the story annoyed me. I always thought maybe one day I will go and play all of them, but I gotta blah blah blah. Okay, pirate website. Even though I have a VPN, the pirate sites say my IP is unprotected. It's like, what are they doing? I think the sites you're visiting may actually be scams. I mean, maybe. I'm not like up to date on like which URL to use. I just look around on Google. I type in free shit, Pirate Bay, and others, and it's like I never really seem to find anything that's actually a pirate torrenting place. It looks exactly the same as all the others, so I don't know. Try going back to Ratchet & Clank future games that are actually good. Tools of Destruction was my first Ratchet & Clank game, so that probably helped me like it, lol. So Naughty Dog is done with Uncharted, and The Last of Us Part 2 is probably the last one, forcing them to create a new IP. So my question is, what kind of game will it be? Yeah, that's the thing. Naughty Dog, they made Crash Bandicoot, then Jak and Daxter, then Uncharted, then The Last of Us. Wait, why would they make a new IP? I actually, I guess, I mean, I don't know what The Last of Us 2 is about, but if that, like, capstones the series, and even if it doesn't, I guess it does feel a little old at this point. So yeah, they're probably gonna, like, an Uncharted 4 was a big hit, but also the end. I feel like they left it open for, like, Uncharted 5, Drake's daughter to be the main character. That would be interesting, perhaps. But yeah, new IP. I mean, they've done platformer, arcadey well, they've done arcadey platformer, adventure platformer, then like Prince of Persia platformer with over the shoulder waist high wall shooter mechanics and adventure, and then they did just waist high wall mechanics and adventure. So I don't expect any platforming IP because it's not popular. I don't think they're going to go full first person. I think they want to stay like in the adventure category, because that's like a thing that not many other studios do. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not exactly like clued into what the AAA world is like thinking about doing next, aside from what I hear from Jim Sterling, which is usually about the business practices and less about like game design. It could just be like The Last of Us again, but with a different coat of paint. I don't have that high of hopes that they'll come up with something super original. Although they aren't Ubisoft, they're not like totally ruined in terms of like creativity gone down the drain. And even that is like super pessimistic. They're not that bad. Uncharted wasn't my favorite series, but it was pretty good. Oh, whoops. I don't know whether another Ratchet & Clank would work. Not Ratchet and Clank. Wait. Oh no, you're talking about, yeah. I hope Insomniac does another Ratchet and Clank. I don't know. I didn't finish the future, the PS3 one, so I don't know how it finished. Maybe it could come back. The PS5 is like kind of gonna come around. You know, the one thing I want from the PS5 is for it to not exist. I don't want the idea of like having to potentially buy yet another PlayStation console to put somewhere. You know? If things that are really cool come out and they're on the PlayStation 5, then I'm just gonna be like, oh fuck. More HDMI cables, where am I gonna put it? How many games am I gonna have on it? Like 10 maximum over the course of 7 years? I just would rather it all be on one thing. And never be upgraded into another thing ever again. The sad thing, SSD thing is a game changer though. Plus, they said it'll support PS4. I mean, I'm sure that's nice and cool. But the one thing I was really annoyed with the PS4 is that the games I bought on PS3, I couldn't download onto PS4. I don't have a lot of games on disc. So like, am I going to be able to download my PSN games that I bought on the PS4 onto my PS5? Probably not. Maybe few of them. But like, the PS4 version of Jak and Daxter, right? Like, I don't expect that to be able to be played on the PS5, even though I bought it already. I have a version of Jak 2 on PS3 that I couldn't play on my PS4. Like, how many times are they going to re-release a console? Well, not re-release, but how many times are they going to release a console, and then if I want to play, you know, a game that maybe doesn't work anymore, I'm going to have to either keep all of these consoles around, or just keep rebuying the same game. The alternative is to have like a subscription service to your PlayStation stuff, which would be terrible and horrible. If only because if I'm doing that, then it's the same sort of problem where it's a recurring payment. I have to buy the game in increments of monthly payments over and over again. And when it's got when I got stuff like that, it's like I better be getting the most value for my money, so I better be like, you know, playing games all the time with my monthly fee. I don't know, I don't have time to play games all the time. Imagine if your Steam account had a monthly fee. You know, it would be sort of... You'd feel like you need to play games way more, which would be distracting. Which would sort of dissuade me from getting into games in general. I mean, maybe if it's a really, really low monthly fee, then I could tank it, I suppose. I just hate monthly fees in general.
You have just activated a Gadgerbot. To command a Gadgerbot,
I like the days when you buy an object and you have the object. You buy a comic and you put it on your shelf and you can read it for the rest of your life. You buy a video game, you put it on the shelf, and as long as the hardware still works, you can play it for the rest of your life. You buy a subscription service, and you can play it until you run out of money. I mean, you should never run out of money, but things happen. The one thing that would make the PS5 worth it is if they brought back backwards compatibility with PS1 and 2 games. If it was like, somehow, I don't expect this, but like if they could somehow finagle a affordable emulation method where you could play PS1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 games, like all of your games. If it's a Sony PlayStation game, you can play it on the PlayStation 5, even if you bought it on a different store. You know, if it's in your PlayStation Network account, you can play it. Then, seriously, might get it. Also, you know, requiring some, like, new thing that is worth getting it for, because I don't need to have the games I already have played on a more expensive machine for no reason. I would need some reason to have the expensive machine in the first place. But yeah, that backwards compatibility is the big selling point. Like, even if From Software comes out with another, like, unique IP that is exclusive to this, that wouldn't sell me anymore. I'm kinda done with it. Kinda done with From Software. They've never gone bad, but, like, I didn't play Sekiro, and I have no desire really to get into it. Bloodborne was pretty cool, but it's hard to replay, and like I just generally like it less than Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls. Dark Souls 3 is alright. Hey, welcome to the Hypocrite stream where I'm just talking about video games. I mean, what else would you expect? That's what I'd like. That's what I'm playing. Video game opinions. They're so fucking cool, dude. Whoops. Good thing there are two of these here. I was, like, neglected the bomb glove during the game. You get the blaster and you think, wow, it blasts real fast, but the bomb glove is, like, it's underappreciated. I always never use it. And the pyrocitor as well. I always think, oh, I'm gonna run out of ammo, I shouldn't use it. It's just good. It's just a good weapon. In the conference thing they did announcing / talking about hardware, the PS5, they went into crazy in-depth about limitations that game developers had, like in Jak and Daxter. They have all. They have all? What was he gonna say? The Hobbit game. I remember seeing an advert for that The like jump around platformer Hobbit game.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
You know what? I'll save up. I'm gonna save up. Fuck it. I'm gonna fucking save up. Fuck it, bro. Attack of the Parajuju. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. Is that a tech game or is that a different thing altogether? Also, tech is kind of jank. I played it, I couldn't really get past the first couple levels. It's just sort of like, jeez. Why would they do this? You know, after I've finished the Lord of Ghosts comic, and like I get into making Bale Jape 2, whatever that turns out to be, I'm half sure what it's gonna be, but gotta work on it still. But I've always been thinking, wouldn't it be fucking epic, excuse me, to have one of those so-called video games of the genre that I like, but with my characters? Like, imagine if I made Ratchet and Clank, but with Punk in it. That would be my next big project. After, like, Bale Jape 2 is started, or I know what the deal is with that. It wouldn't be, like, as large of scope. But if you can be Punk, and you can run around, and you can hit things and jump on things, then I feel like I'd be, you know, I'd be the king of the world. Now there is a skill point here for killing the thing with only a wrench. So let's try that. Okay. Badingo! Hell yeah! Skills. I didn't even get hit. Alright. Sphinx is on Steam. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy is a different thing altogether, yeah. Got two different protagonists, the titular guys. They play somewhat like Loz-like. I don't know what Loz is. Oh, Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda-like for Sphinx and self-mutilating puzzles for Mummy. Interesting. You mean a 3D platformer slash shooter with characters from your mythos? That'd be dope, like a cool rope. Who'd make that game though? Would you learn the ropes yourself? Use my combined powers of asking people that I know, such as my brother who made Run Away from Snakes. He could do the bulk of the programming. Tom could maybe, well, Tom is making like, as a secret, he's making a Pump version 2. Because I designed Pump to have like limbs with that one image, and he thought it'd be a cool challenge to like update Pump. So shush, don't tell anyone, but that might be coming at some point. So that could be like a cool asset to use. So like I got Tom on the line, he can make models. I got my brother, he can make coding. I got me, I know all of the stuff. I can draw backgrounds and textures and stuff. I know musicians, I could get people to like do music for it. Daxtier is like a coder as well, you know. I know people. I know everyone.
Well, thanks. I'm gonna get out of here while I...
But yeah, like learning the ropes. At this point, I'm pretty much like over the idea of learning every skill ever. I'm learning a couple skills. Music, just generally producing music, I'm gonna try and get better at. And drawing, and maybe animation, but mostly just, you know, comic drawing, illustrating, that stuff. Game design and coding. I mean, game design is its own thing, but coding? Nah, bro. It's a little too much extra. I'll be the guy who pays people to code for me. I can get Munchie to do something, I'm sure. Hey Munchie, what the fuck? And he'll be like, oh, you do this. I mean, like, Endless War has like 1 million, like, people coding in it. I'm sure some of them would be glad to help on a project if they were being paid. But, you know, that's way in the future. Don't count on it being, like, the next thing you hear from me. But, yeah. That's a big dream. That's a big, like... I think I would have made a great product. Well, I mean, depending on the quality of the product, but, you know. That's something I've always wanted, and I feel like I'm the only person who's gonna make it happen because video games are just not gonna be platformers anymore. They tried to come back with Ukulele, and they failed because Ukulele is not good. And now nobody will ever do it again. Okay, where am I going? Oh, wait. I'm not done here. There's this way.
This shuttle has an autopilot which will take you to a decommissioned Larg warship.
Man, I always loved this cutscene. Just because it makes the world feel so much bigger that you're in that tiny little pod and then you're flying to a thing that's just sort of floating around nearby. In game terminology it's like you just teleport to a different bunch of polygons on different areas, different map. But like to me, this is like just out of range. I mean, maybe it's like literally there, physically. But it's just so fucking cool that you can see yourself in real time move over to a little place. Press the big red shiny button? Oh, you know I will.
Thank you for selecting our automated self-destruct feature. Vessel annihilation sequence initiated. Please remove all personal belongings.
This moment is so tense every time. And I can never avoid getting hit by at least one of those. Shit, I might actually die before I get there.
This vessel will self-destruct. Boom. In a matter of seconds. Please continue.
Oh fuck. I only have 20 seconds to get in. Oh. To give you an idea of the mummy's puzzles, he's immortal, so nothing technically harms him. You can set yourself on fire and run over to a torch to light it on fire, which activates a door. That sounds fun. What was that one called? The Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. Do me a favor, go to my Twitter and just @ me with the names of these things so I can look them up later. If you have a Twitter. If you don't, then I'll try and remember. Speaking on behalf of the PCP Dating Sim dev team, there are plenty of people there who would love to work with you on an original game. Fuck yeah. Program is about the only thing I'm good at. The Pantsu stream is a nightmare. Good thing I'm here to be the dream stream. To balance it out. If you asked around, there would be sure be people who'd like to help you out, including myself as a code boy in training. Yeah. See? All you gotta do is have internet clout and you can do fucking anything. Oh, and money. You can't do it for free. You gotta be able to pay your boys. It wouldn't work otherwise. Let me just start this cutscene.
This is Darla Gratch reporting live from.
You don't have a Twitter account? Alright, don't worry. I will make a note of it myself right now.
Championship, which will be held here over the next few days. In related news, this planet has recently been suffering from an infestation of strange amoeboid creatures. The city's administration has assured this reporter that every step has been taken to eradicate these nuisances. Darla Gratch, Channel 2 News.
Slime!
Did you see that?
Yes, I hope that poor woman is all right.
That's a big fucking slime right there.
I was talking about the hoverboard races.
COVID conspiracy chat. Lamau. Alright, here's one thing about coronavirus conspiracy. It's likely that China lied. This is all I'm going to talk about is the China thing. It's likely that China lied, right? And that, like, the death toll is higher. And they're just covering that up. It's likely. But I ain't seen any evidence at all. So, like, what does it matter? Like, really, at the end of the day, what does it matter? Just try and keep safe. People are gonna die anyway. Whether or not anything is real in this, like, topsy-turvy world pertaining to this virus, it doesn't really matter. At this point, just take care of yourselves and the people around you. Whether or not you know or don't know anything is not going to change what you can do about it. Alright, it's time to go fucking kill some slime. We're gonna clean up the city. I think in Ratchet and Clank 3, there's a gun. There's a slime gun that shoots slime everywhere. But you have to play the game quite a bit before you can get it, so I don't think it would make for a good RFCK thing. But Ratchet and Clank's so fucking cool. It would be cool if they played it on RFCK. Oh fuck. Oh no, I'm gonna die. I'll need to take my leave for tonight. It was a cool time being here and want to wish you a good one. And take care, as well as a cookie when nobody's looking. See ya, Jur the Orc. Kingdom Hearts 2 thoughts. If only you knew what my Kingdom Hearts 2 thoughts were. You know, one of these days I'm going to, like, just make that video. The Kingdom Hearts 2 GRPJ that I filmed in fucking March 2018? Yes. Before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, I made a whole video, and I didn't release it, because I didn't want to edit it. But my general thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 2 are, they fixed a lot of the gameplay aspects of the first game. The story's a little convoluted, but I kind of like it still. And it's actually a really fun game that I might replay. Kingdom Hearts 1 I might not replay. But Kingdom Hearts 2, there's certain areas where even as a casual, this is the reason I like Kingdom Hearts 2. For people like Nate, who are insane, like, grinder, like, have to be the best in the entire universe gamers, it allows him to, like, be incredible, and play on super incredible proud mode, and, you know, it's all well and good. But for me, I don't like that. I'm a casual gamer, I like to have fun when I play games, and my, like, threshold for pain, I mean, it's gotten less as I've gotten older. I really just, I'm not interested in hurting myself to win a video game. So, Kingdom Hearts 2 is fun even at low levels, which is why I actually really like it. And not low levels so much as, like, moderately low levels. Like, I'm not a pansy, I'm not a little baby. I don't need my hand held, but there's a difference between hardcore, like, super game and, you know, moderately difficult. You know, I'm okay with losing a boss like 3 or 4 times. But losing a boss like 10 or 20 times, I'm like, fucking just stop. Just stop. Can't stand it. So Kingdom Hearts 2 is just the right level of difficulty for someone like me, who likes a challenge, but not that much of a challenge. And if you do like a challenge, you can also have fun. So it's like, it's great. It's a really good game. Uh-oh, I fucked up. I'm gonna die. Oh no. Okay, I've definitely fucking lost. You can't do it from this distance. It's almost entirely based on whether you make that jump. Well, I say that. It's not. Lol. Wait, Nate is on Grindr? Yeah, bro. Let me link you his account. You go to grindr.com/prices.
Hey, press conference is over. Captain Quark don't want no more reporters bugging him in his trailer.
Oh, you see, my friend and I need to speak to the captain.
Hey Gib, I started reading Homestuck due to your lecture. Question, when does it get good? Well, a common complaint I've heard is that Act 1 is a bit like all over the place. It's just sort of like a bunch of bullshit. and they don't get it. People who read Act 1, they're like, is this all Homestuck is? I don't get it. I don't understand the appeal. Why is this such a big thing? It gets good, for people like that, it gets good in Act 2 and beyond, because a lot of the quote-unquote bullshit that happens sort of stops being relevant.
You see how it works? You grease the hinges, the door opens.
Basically, the idea with Homestuck is that it's... Andrew Hussey tries to do as many cool things as he possibly can, and with as many, like, interesting and unique ideas that he can fit as possible. And the joke of the beginning is, what if there was a world where video game abstractions are kind of real, and inventory systems that are retardedly complex existed and were used by normal kids in their house? How bullshit would that be? And the answer is very bullshit. And it's funny. It's a funny, silly joke about inventory systems. Once the joke gets stale, it stops being relevant. It sort of like takes a back seat to other things. And the story expands and it becomes more about this sort of thing. What if blah? What if X? And it just sort of keeps going like that. It's sort of like creative for the author in so much as he comes up with a way to draw this comic or a storytelling device, and he plays with it as much as he can, and he goes as far as possible with it. And when it's boring and stops being interesting, he moves on to another thing, and it's all part of the same thing, which is why people say it's so confusing, which it really isn't. If you follow along from the beginning, you get carried up in this like snowball of constantly adding many different assets and facets and aspects to this one story, and it's funny in lots of ways. That's how I would sell Homestuck to someone who doesn't really quite get it at first. I personally kind of liked the first act anyway, so I was in from the get-go. But for people who take a little while, try to get through Act 1, start reading Act 2, and you'll see where it goes. Idiots think Homestuck doesn't get good till the trolls show up. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is good before that. If you can't appreciate Homestuck by that point, I don't know why you would appreciate Homestuck after that point, because the trolls are very much the same characters, but just weird alien versions. Yeah, if you like get to Vriska, then you basically like Homestuck, because getting to Vriska requires getting to Act 5. And if you can't get through Acts 1 to 4 before you start enjoying it, then you won't enjoy it at all. Dude, so many fucking hype moments, dude. I'm glad that lecture is doing some good. It's bringing people to Homestuck. People who will eventually be epic once they read it. What do I need? I don't need any of these. Alright, I gotta pee. BRB! Are you on Grindr? Is Grindr the gay thing? I'm not gay. That's not gay. Great commentary. Alright, back to the game. I feel a little stupid though. I feel like a little idiot. Because the Homestuck lecture... Well, it's not the Homestuck lecture, it's the Vriska lecture. I was doing it mostly because lectures are a thing, and people said I should do a lecture. So I was like, okay, what can I do a lecture on? Nothing. Shit. No, I said. I gotta do a lecture. I wanna be cool. And that was the basis for the lecture. Which is not a very strong basis for such a thing. So as a result, the subject matter is strange, and the execution... And I didn't really plan to, like, address those sorts of comments in the thing, which is a mistake. Because there's definitely arguments to be made against that sort of mindset. And I could have made them. I just wasn't thinking. Also, simp is a stupid word. In that context, at least. Doesn't make any sense. She's a fictional character. And it's not even like... Well, I mean, I mean, it's called The Best Character in Homestuck. How to appreciate the best character in Homestuck. And I say, oh, she did nothing wrong. And it's like, yes, that is tongue-in-cheek, kind of true, but also not at all true at all. She did do many things wrong. But the idea is that she thinks she did nothing wrong. She thinks she's based. In fact, she's cringe. But I didn't really sell that idea, because I came up with it like 5 minutes before I wrote the whiteboard. So it was like, it could have been planned better. I could potentially do a Homestuck lecture. We already did arm retrieval, so I don't know how important that would be, but, like, it's doable. I really like that. You set the enemies against each other, and then, depending on who you decide to help, the other one will start attacking you. And, you know... If you like fighting the slime guys, you kill the other guys first. If you like fighting the other guys, you let the slimes be killed first. It's a choice. It's a gameplay choice. It was the right decision. Wait, which decision? I don't know what you're referring to. To do a lecture? I think, yeah, overall, yes, because people like it. But I suck. But I'm bad at lectures. I'll do a better one. I can do Homestuck as a whole. That would be a mouthful. I could do On Cinema. That would be interesting. Even though it's got a large fan base, it's a very cult fan base. It doesn't really cross over very well with other people. And it's, like, severely underrated. So it deserves to be talked about.
Robot. Trade you.
Well, okay.
Ratchet.
I'm kidding. Sorry, he's not for sale. What's a rhino, anyway?
Rip ya a new one.
What did you...
Listening to old PCP episodes to do highlights for the channel, every time you wanted to talk, Nate needed to shut up everyone and let you talk. Gladly it changed. Yeah, I got better.
Did I say anything about it being hot? You better watch your mouth, or
I mean,
Rip you a new one.
I always felt like... Gotta rip you a new one. I'll never buy that one. Too expensive. I always feel like, just for the nature of, like, my being in a different location. When I start to speak up, from my perspective, it's at the right time. You would interrupt, but then it comes through like a half second later, and because it's so cutthroat, that half second is enough time from their perspective, to butt in themselves. So like it's always gonna, like, even if I'm like confident, I always have to start talking over people. When it's in person, it's a little different. I can just like raise my voice and make myself like noticeable. But even then, yeah. Podcasts ain't my thing, and yet I do them. What a tragedy. I'm good talking solo. I'm good when I got a rant going. But like, I leave, like naturally I leave gaps in my thought process. I don't fill every waking second with dialogue. And because of that, doesn't really work on the PCP. Not that it's like a terrible thing on the PCP, it's pretty alright. Like, all things considered. Oh, fuck off. You're going after me when there's slime to be killed? God damn it. It's getting to that point where it's a little difficult to not get hit. See ya, Eleazar. What time's it? 23:31. Why, that's 11:30. Took me a second. I could stream for another hour or two. I ain't gonna fuck around.
Galactic hoverboard competition.
There she is.
Giving away a brand new platinum zoomerator to the winner of this competition.
That's the lady.
Platinum zoomerator. Perhaps that will be the.
That's the lady where if you jump around her at a very specific pattern, her boobs get bigger. It's a very funny glitch. I mean, not a glitch, a cheat code, a secret. Look at that jiggle. Aha, lamau. Need to get used to the controls for this. They're slippery. Also, there's that, like, infinite bolt glitch I can do. Shit. Whoa. Wonder if I can do it the first try. It never really works like that. Yeah, I guess not. Fuck. First time I did that, I sailed across the gap. Second time, dead. Well, I'm only third. I could probably claw it back. That was a good jump. Just gotta stay on the speed boots. Why do they get to go through the TNT? I've always been annoyed at that. What are they, dumb? What, are they made of rock? Actually, if they were made of rock, TNT is not something they would be able to withstand. That's kind of what TNT is for. Oh my god, that was a little bit scary. Second place. Okay, yeah. Never can do it the first time. It's always some bullshit. Like you miss a thing and then you slow down or you crash. Fuck. Well, I'm first. Just gotta not crash into anything and get as many speed boosts as I can. Doesn't matter. I win.
Hi, folks. Captain Quark here. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce this year's HoverCon Intergalactic Champions. Let's give it up for newcomers.
Ratchet and Clank.
Hey, look. That's us.
Today's winners will take home a brand new professional-grade Model T15 Platinum Zoomerator. Manufactured by Gadgetron, this hoverboard drive delivers more lift, speed, and maneuverability than any other anti-grav device on the market. Well, folks, that's all the time we have. Tonight, remember to set your infobots to the Quark Classic channel for tonight's episode of Dogfight Over Death Canyon, starring yours truly. Thank you, and have a Quark-tastic day.
Because I was a Nintendo boy as a kid, these classic PS2 games always feel fake to me, like, where is Mario? He was killed. I killed him. I was talking about that earlier. Mario games feel like the normal video game, like the default, just because of, like, culture. But I never played one. Not until Sunshine. And I never really liked it that much. I mean, I loved the aesthetic. I was like, oh yeah, whoa, Sunshine. But I never really, got into, like, the character or anything. In terms of Nintendo, I was always a Metroid boy and a Fire Emblem boy. But I didn't think of that as Nintendo necessarily. I thought of them as Game Boy Advance, and I gotta say it's really good, especially the interaction between the characters. By the way, sorry for the bad English, I'm from Angola. Hey, don't worry. It's very good. I haven't played the remake demo, I think is out. I don't know what's out. But I have played the original Final Fantasy VII. And that was good. That's what you would call pretty good. I don't have much of an opinion on, like, it being remade. Remakes just generally are lame. Like, even when they're done well, like a remake as opposed to a remaster, like a HD re-release remaster, that's fine. That's like bringing old technology, making it available for new people, making it work on newer hardware, you know, that's all cool. Updating textures, sure. As long as the game is the same game, it's all fine, it's all good. Remaking something is like... It's like inherently lame, because it's like...
Alright, Clank, let's get going.
It's creatively... It's not creatively bankrupt, it's just sort of... You're not doing a lot of the hard work that comes with designing a story and a characters and a game and an experience, and you're sort of leeching off of other people's hard work from the past, you know? So in that sense, you don't have as much work to do, and so all of the development time goes to, like, the pretty things that make it look nice. And maybe the things that make it play nice, obviously. It doesn't look like it's a bad video game. There's just something sort of like, you know, if there's ever a cool moment in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, I don't know whether it's going to be earned, because it might be just from the original, like reinterpreted a little bit. Like, if they do something totally new, that would be like, wow, cool. Because from the perspective of someone who doesn't know what the original was like, I guess it doesn't matter. So, who cares? Who cares? Remember when everyone dunked me on the episode of the PCP where I said originality makes a thing better? I do remember that. You were talking about that thing in Steven Universe where Pearl does the animation cut where she kills herself with a robot version of herself, the clone thing. Which is really funny that can happen. But like that one cut with the sword coming is like from Revolutionary Girl Utena, and like Digi and stuff was like, "Hey, that's from that anime." And I was like on Digi's side. I was like, "Yeah, that's cool. It's nice. Like it's a cool thing. Like whatever." But like the more I think about it now, when I see that, like when I rewatched it, I was like, oh yeah, that was that moment. Like when I first saw it, obviously I was impressed because it looked good. But with the context that it's a reference to something, it does lose something. Like, not necessarily when you hear that it's a reference, but when you watch it again, you do feel that it's like, you know, cheap. It sort of cheapens it. So I know what you I agree now, I guess. I don't know whether I disagreed at the time. I think I just sort of didn't have an opinion. But I definitely agree now that that specific cut has that feeling. No! Ratchet, you fucking died! Oh shit. Fuck. Do you like sunshine because you grew up in Britain where it doesn't exist? Yeah. That's basically why. When you see a big old bright sunny day, it's special. I mean, it's not like that special, because we have sunny days, it's just not always like during the summer. Like summer can be mostly cloudy, patchy clouds. Very occasionally, right in the middle of summer, in the summer solstice and stuff, the middle of August or whatever, or like late July, I don't know when the middle of summer is. But it gets really hot, and we go through a heat wave, usually. Fuck. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we go through a heat wave, and the sky is usually like no clouds at all. Are you fucking shitting on me? Are you shitting right on me right now? Am I gonna fucking die from these fucking stupid turrets? Probably have to wait here. This is where you really need the blaster. Oh my, I didn't think it would go that far. What? Yeah, you know, I'm saving up for the nanotech. I hate this shit. Actually, it's fine. The thing about it, though, is that it's so easy to get back to where I was. It's basically as if they're, you know, it's just wasting my time. Like, that isn't difficult. This part isn't difficult. You just press the button. This is the difficult part. Why can't I start over here? Still waiting for Jack 4 or something new about the series. What could they do with Jack 4? Like, I don't know what the story was with Jack something or other. They had like a special like PSP thing. They had Daxter. I could look it up on Wiki, really, if I wanted to know the story. But like, at the end of Jack 3, they discovered what Daxter was, so they solved that mystery. They basically explained everything. Basically, like the characters that like came back, they like what's his face, the racer guy, Errol. He came back as a weird thing. And he was like the last bad guy, and we killed him in the desert. And Jack is respected everywhere, and everyone likes Jack. But the world is still like a cutthroat place. So I'm like, well, what could they do? What could they do with the franchise if it came back for a 4th installment? Would it be like Jack rebuild society? Would it be more of Jack going around the desert? He kind of already does that in like Jack X with the desert. Like the locations are set. It's so far removed from Jack and Daxter 1. Imagine a gritty reboot like the new God of War. I mean, it's already gritty. That was the weird thing. For what it was a very gritty, edgy version of like a mascot platformer. It was like, what if, you know, we took the idea of a mascot platformer and made it into an action movie for teens and young adults. Like, dude, what if? I don't know. Oh, I needed to bring it over here. Damn it. It would be weird for it to go ungritty, that's for sure. I don't know what they could do. That's the benefit of something like Mario. It's the same every time, and the only thing that's different is a gimmick. And that's an expected thing, and that's it. Doesn't need to be more than that, and it's fun. But Jack and Daxter and Ratchet Clank, they have stories, they have characters, they have arcs, they have themes, they have feelings. Not feelings, emotions, but like specific feelings tied to the world, and you can't really just do it again. I mean, maybe you can, but it would be out of place with the time period. It's not the 2000s anymore, it's a different time. Weren't they making a fucking Sly Cooper movie? What the fuck happened with that? Did they do it? Did it come out and nobody noticed? Or is it coming out soon? I don't know. Really, I don't want to know. I'm not going to be interested in watching a movie about a video game. I suppose if Jack and Daxter became a movie, that would be funny. Because that's the closest thing to a movie this sort of genre has already. Fucking edgy 90s kid sort of I'll kill my parents because they don't let me BMX. I just want to BMX and my parents don't let me. Fuck them. You know, that sort of thing. That's what I'm about. It got turned into a TV series, which I think got cancelled. Lamau. I mean, it looked disgusting. Oh, fucking... It's always with this stuff. It's always with the things. Is this... Oh, I can't get up there. Yeah, and I have to go back to take the water out. Like, I remember Murray was like a really far too pink. Like, far too saturated. Like, he had a lot of fucking booze or something. His skin had a weird color to it. It was badly shaded. It was just sort of like... And Sly Cooper was fluffy. But not in the Zootopia way. But in, like, the like... They don't know how to render hair properly sort of way. It was wiry. Just didn't look right.
Well, well, you two continue to surprise me. Step into the ring of heroes.
Naughty Dog said that they were disappointed with how The Lost Frontier turned out to be. They admitted that if they had continued with the project, they would have done something better. Lost Frontier, yeah, that was the game that I don't really understand.
Listen to your little metal
I think I tried to get it working on an emulator. Maybe it was a PS2 game.
It's just something doesn't seem right.
This is it. Quark is going to help us stop Cheb and Drek.
Why, thank you, Clank. You've been most helpful.
Get off of me, you idiot!
You idiot!
I love it when a plan comes together.
What do you mean?
What do you think he means, genius? He's not gonna help us. He's gonna kill us.
He's gonna fucking kill us. You're stupid. Fuck you, Clank. I'm cool. I'm Ratchet, and I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. I'm gonna kill this motherfucker who made me fall down. This motherfucker will be killed by me, Ratchet, and you, Clank, you're stupid. This isn't over, Quark. I'm gonna fucking kill you, and I'm gonna like it. Well, of course you're gonna like it, Ratchet. You're gonna kill him. I don't have enough weapons for this. I think this is impossible, actually. No, I got the bomb glove. The bomb glove's good. I just better have enough ammo for it. Glove of Doom? I don't have that. How many bombs does it take? One more. Glove of Doom. Blaster. I've never got to this part with so few weapons before. I really don't know. Like, the bomb glove is really the only decent damage dealer. I hope, and I think, that the ammo respawns. Because if it doesn't, I'm gonna have to hit him with the wrench. But I probably won't need to. Shit. Okay, good. I've got him on the rampage. Oh no, you don't. Excuse me? Are you gonna come over? Babe, come over. I got lava for you to fall in. No, don't worry. It's just a trick. It's just a trap. Don't worry. Dumb fuck. That's what you get. Alright, I think I've got enough. Oh shit. Lol. Whoa. You piece of shit. Well, off I go. I do not ever remember that happening in the game. Right. Surf's up, motherfucker. The game is over. I win. Anybody remember Season 2, Episode 1 and 2 of My Little Pony Friendship is fucking magic?
I wonder what that infobot is for.
The closest thing we have about a new Jack game was the cancelled project that they showed, which has a more realistic look. I have not seen that, no.
That was a little too close.
That was a little too close.
Now!
Now!
Actually, I need support. My entire battalion went AWOL and left me to fight this war on my own. If the enemy doesn't kill those guys, I will. I'm not gonna last much longer. Requesting immediate assistance. Over and out.
Ow!
Those are direct ships destroying that planet.
Oh, fuck.
That commando.
My phone is about to die. I won't be able to read chat if I have to plug it in. I'm trying to figure out how to do this.
About Captain Quark anymore. There are innocent lives being lost.
Yeah? Well, I'm done with this stupid hero stuff. I got my own agenda now.
Ratchet, this is not like you.
What do you know about me? You spent this whole time looking for Quark. You don't know anything about me.
I know that you will do the right thing.
Well, right now the thing I want to do is find Quark. How do you start this stupid thing?
Right, I put my phone on charge, and I can't read chat for a bit.
To help that commando.
So, blackmail is it? Fine.
I will
Start the ship.
shut up and start the ship.
Back so soon?
Oh, you're talking to me.
I'm not in the habit of talking to myself, you buffoon. Did you get rid of them?
Yes. No. Well, I had this plan, and I thought...
You thought? You thought? I do the thinking around here, you slug-brained idiot. I simply needed you to eliminate those two nuisances before they could cause any real trouble. But I wanted to... Do you still want to be the highly paid spokesman for my planet?
Yeah?
Then the next time I send you to do a job, I want results! Now get out of my sight!
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank has a good story. It's got like 3-act structure, it's got a character with an arc, and a relationship with the side character, or like a double hero thing. There's two heroes, really, two protagonists. And like it's a written story that works. You got an initial goal that turns out to be a villain. You got all this, you got a twist and turn, you got a low point, which is now.
Attention, you deserting maggots! The next time you soldiers try to go AWOL, I'll shoot you myself.
Look, I just want to...
Zip it, worm! You see those bombers? If you don't get to the turrets and
It's like they did such a good job. And it seems so simple, seems so effortless. But then you play fucking any game ever, and it's...
Well, go on. Go fight some...
Well...
At least I'm not a coward.
Whatever. As soon as I find Quark, I'm selling you for scrap.
Like, this never happens in Jak and Daxter. In Jak and Daxter, you're doing one thing from the beginning, and you do it. The twist is really just that Samos gets captured, or no, that Gol and Maya appear, and it's like that's the twist, is that the bad guys, who we didn't really know were the bad guys, but we saw them, were also the people that we were going to look for to get Daxter to become a person again. You become a real boy. And that was the twist there. But the thing with that is that it didn't really have the same impact as this, because Gol and Maya didn't have much of a character. Even when you defeat them, they barely do. They're just sort of like hard to remember, aside from their character design. And they don't, you know, they don't return. There's nothing special with them. They're very like, mwahaha, cliche villain. Chairman Drek is interesting. Captain Quark as a villain is interesting. This guy isn't interesting. This guy's an asshole. This guy's a piece of shit. Whatever, I don't need to kill them. It just really makes you think how, like in the Ratchet and Clank PS3 one, the reason the story really irks me there is because it ruins the suspension of it being a story when you realize that they know that it's a successful franchise, therefore they don't need to really worry about, like, I'm trying to think of the words. It's a successful franchise, and yeah, they're gonna get a trilogy out of it. They know this before they start, that they're gonna get a trilogy out of this game, these games on this PS3, and so that they don't need to make the story finished. They can make a story that spans 3 entire games. The problem with that is that it's like kind of stretching out one chapter of a book over an entire book. A game is not a short thing. And so it's just sort of like, well, maybe there's a better way to like literarily analyze it. I'm not good with words, as you can tell, with the way I speak. And the way I think. But like, there's probably something different going on than just it ends on a cliffhanger. I think it's that it has its little arc with the villain of the story, but it's also setting up the 3-game trilogy story with Clank meeting these robots that go through time. Oh, no, aliens. These funny aliens that can traverse stuff. Time guys? I don't know. The point is they introduce all that, but it doesn't come into play whatsoever, really. And it doesn't mix properly with the one shot, you know? The villain of the hour doesn't have much to do with this extra stuff, and so it feels kind of pointless. Emperor Tachyon, or like Emperor Tacked On. There, I made a joke. Right, let me just go get my phone. Should be charged up for a little while. Actually, I'm gonna BRB. Okay, I have chat if you wanted to say something. Oh shit. Crack Time is a very emotional game. It shows how Ratchet and Clank care for each other and how inseparable they are. I remember tearing up during the goodbye moment between them. Well, I mean, I believe it. I think the main thing that makes the Tools of Destruction fall flat is the fact that it is setting up two stories, one of which suffers from they suffer from each other's existence. Emperor Tachyon trying to get Tools of Destruction, and then time aliens. I mean, I can't remember the plot very well. You know, it's so much easier to remember the plot in Ratchet and Clank 1, 2, and 3. In Ratchet and Clank 1, Ratchet and Clank meet, there's some stuff that happens. It's very cool. Nah, the tank saved me. What was I saying? Yeah, they get in each other's way. Whatever. Like, yeah, the Ratchet and Clank meet, and they stop Chairman Drek from taking over, you know, building a planet out of other planets. In the second one, Captain Quark comes back, and in order to, you know, be the coolest guy ever, he wants to be the guy to take care of a super mutant monster that's ravaging the world. He wants to be the hero once again. So in order to be the hero once again, he makes an enemy, and Ratchet and Clank end up defeating the enemy, the Proto-Pet. And he does that by taking over the Fizzwidget, and it's like that. That's the story of the second one. The third one is Dr. Nefarious is back. You don't know him, but he's cool, and he wants to turn everyone into robots. Because of a long-standing feud he has with Captain Quark, and this is Captain Quark's chance at redemption. There's an actual villain who can actually fight against. And Ratchet and Clank, instead of fighting Quark, help him. So it's like 2 and 3 are like the Quark, you know, redemption arc thing. Tools of Destruction, Ratchet and Clank, there's an emperor who wants to take over the galaxy,
Until he has destroyed every...
and that's all I can remember.
Bigger fish to fry.
Bigger than the galaxy.
Well, different fish anyway. Look.
Like you go from planet to planet, and you're doing things
Yes,
in a new galaxy, I think.
but we will need something special to walk on that.
Let's get going then. We'll come back later.
You will need a pair of Gadgetron Magna boots to traverse this ventilation shaft. Unfortunately, our scanners do not...
I really should buy a weapon at some point. Wait, I can't go there yet? Oh, no, I can go there yet. Because it's the Clank time. Time to be Clank. I wonder what the speedrun of Ratchet and Clank is. It's probably like 1 second with glitches. Fuck. I forgot that guy was there. Now I have to go all the way back. Yeah, that doesn't usually happen.
Use the enter command.
This is fun. Takes a little while, but I always like the clank moments. I liked them in the second game as well. There was just not enough of them. They happened once. Well, twice. Not very many times. From Software or someone should remaster Demon Souls. I would like to play it. Yeah, I mean, eventually. Contracts do not last forever. So, like, at some point, surely, Demon Souls will be free to be on a different platform. Then it could be made for PC. I think you can emulate it, but PS3 emulation is hard. I don't really know. That's not 6. Wait. Am I missing one, or did I not break one open? Maybe I missed one way back here. We're getting a little low energy now. I'm thinking after this... Oh, there he is. Whoops. After this little mission, I think that'll be it. For the stream. Whew. Whoa. That was sudden. I think that was feels like a thing of dust went in my throat. Yeah. Not the best environment to be in. Where dust can go in your throat.
These Magna boots are a device
Alright, it's a device designed for fucking up and chickens and that. Oh, I could go this way. I could go do that whole thing. But you know, I'll leave it. I'll leave it for later. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the stream. It was a chill stream. It was a Ratchet and Clank stream. It was a fun time. I might stream tomorrow, depending on whether I have the time, I guess. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I'll stream whenever I fucking want to, and I'll tweet about it, and that's all I'll do. That's all you'll get.
Hey! You giving me these or not?
They are magnetic. I appear to be stuck to them.
Oh.
How do you ever put those boots inside of his little body, and how do they not stick to him? That's the thing that I've always wondered. Alright, thanks for watching. Goodbye. That's all.